So Richard, we're actually looking at a scenario where we don't have a so-called genuine opposition in the Senate. Gaano ba kahalaga talaga yung magkaroon ng opposition group sa Senado at kahit sa Kongreso?
Pagdating sa Senado, may 4 na matitirang opposition members. No? Although si Senator De Lima, dahil nasa preso siya, that creates complications dun sa voting process. Pero nonetheless, pag titignan mo dun sa 20 na sumali sa mayorya, no? Na hindi na sila minority or opposition, konti lang naman talaga dyan ay core loyalist ni Pangulong Duterte. So andun si incoming Senators Bongo and Bato, pwede mo sabihin, nandun rin si Amy Marcos and Bong Revilla. And then of course, nandun rin si former political advisors Francis Tolentino. So, you have around 5 dun sa pumasok na bago. And then dun sa mga natitira, you can say Senator Pacquiao, Senator Zubir, among others. Ito yung magiging core supporters ni Pangulong Duterte kasi may alignment of interest.
So what you're saying is, hindi rin naman ibig sabihin na this is a solid Duterte supporting Senate.
Pag titignan mo ilan yung PDP laban, for instance, nandyan sa Senate, for instance, ang kakonti lang nila, no? So most of these are actually tactical allies, loyal oppositionists, soft independents. So I don't expect na necessarily they'll go 100% with the president. But nonetheless, the big question here is, may lopsidedness, no, dito sa ating Senate. In a democracy, dapat all views are respected and reflected, no, dun sa polisiya ng Estado. So ang ginagawa ng opposition dapat i-reflect yung minority view para ma-prevent yung situation ng tyranny of the majority.
The question is, Richard, has this ever happened really in our democracy? Kahit na nung mga panahon na sinasabing merong opposition, because you said that wala naman tayo talagang strong party system dito, so it's really just free for all. Parang kung ano yung interest ko at the moment, yun yung i-reflect na position ko in the Senate. Isn't that true?
First of all, kailangan mo ng symmetry. At yung meron ka mekanismo na ma-reflect yung views ng minority. Pangalawa, kailangan mo ng devil's advocate, no? Dahil sa politics and public policy, it's not an exact science. You always can make a mistake. So ang trabaho ng opposition is to always show the other side of the coin para ma-reassess ng gobyerno at yung broader public anong dapat gagawin ng isang bansa. So for me, it's unthinkable to think about democracy kung wala kang opposition. Kumbaga, parang prerequisite magkakaroon ng opposition, right, to have a democracy. Nonetheless, hindi naman trabaho ng opposition is to obstruct, right, all the time yung policy ng administration. There are times na dapat magkakaroon ng kompromiso, and there are times that opposition should stand behind the leadership. So opposition should be also critical opposition, not just mindless obstructionist opposition. And I think yung problema natin sa Pilipinas is there is a misunderstanding na kung ikaw yung opposition, criticize ka lang ng criticize even though walang basis, right? Or maging obstructionist. That's why I think dito sa Pilipinas, nagkakaroon tayo ng democracy fatigue. At anong ibig sabihin ng democracy fatigue? People don't want any more check and balances because they see it as a paralysis. So what they want is a decisive leader who makes the final decision. At yun ang worry ko ngayon. That's why many people are supporting the concentration of power in President Duterte kasi pagod na pagod sila dun sa obstructionist versions of opposition.